Chapter 5, Section 6. We're looking at this quadrilateral. X cubed, x cubed, 2x squared plus 4x minus 24 equals 0. Considering how you guys did on tests recently, I would suggest coming over here and learning. All right. To be able to figure out, remember how we figured out possible roots for these? We take a look at the coefficient out in front here. We take a look at the coefficient here. So since there's only one out here, we're not going to worry about it. We're just looking at the coefficients of 24. So we factor out 24. 1. Why are you doing that to me? 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. We'll put a plus or minus in front of each one of these.
Hey, I have a question.
Yes?
This is stuff you told us you didn't want to learn yesterday.
Well, we are going to work on it today. Because I'm going to show you what we're going to do and make this a little bit easier. Just watch what I'm going to do with them. All right, did you see how I got all these numbers, Preston? They're multiples of 24, plus or minus, right? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some synthetic division, and I'm going to try and find where the last number is 0, where we don't have a remainder, okay? And we could start real easy. We can start with 1. And we put in our numbers for this one. It's 1, 1, negative 2, 4, negative 24. Does everybody see where I get those numbers from? We're getting it from here. 1, 1, negative 2, 4, negative 24. Huh? No. What in here? 1. No, these would not. No. So I'm going to carry down my 1. I'm going to multiply 1 times 1 and put a 1 in here. Add these together. We get 2. 1 times 2 is 2. We get 0. 1 times 0 is 0. We get 4. 1 times 4 is 4. We get 20. There's a remainder there. Negative 20. There's a remainder there. So if there's a remainder, then 1 is not something we will use. Yeah, this is a 4. Then 1 is not a number that we're going to use. Okay? That's how we can tell whether it's a factor, is by doing that. So let's erase this. No, because you show that there's a remainder on it, showing that it's not a not 1. I'm going to go with this because I know that 2 is a factor because that's what they're using in the example here. But I'm going to show you how this works then. We would have went to negative 1 next. Then I would have went to plus 2. And all we're trying to do is find one of the factors that, it ends with 0. Yep, doesn't work. 1 is not a factor. Okay, so I do 2. 2 times 1 is 2. This would be 3. 3 times 2 is 6. This would be 4. 2 times 4 is 8. This would be 12. 2 times 12 is 24. This would be 0. So now we know that 2, this number right here, is a factor. It is a factor of this right here. Okay, you see that? Now, here's where we're going to take the next step on this. All I want to do is find one factor. I just want to find one factor. Because now that I know that 2 is a factor, what? You're adding them. Okay? So now I know 2 is a factor. So I'm going to erase all this stuff here. So I don't need any more of it. I know that 2 is a factor for it. Okay? Since 2 is a factor, now I'm going to divide this into this. Well, actually, I did. And what did we come up with? Actually, when I did this, what did I come up with? 1, 1, negative 2, 4, negative 4. And what did I come up with down here? 1, 3. One, 12 and 0. So now that I know this is x minus 2. I've factored that out, yes? Right here, that's when I factored 24. I had a plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2. And I'm just going through. I tried my plus 1 first. I would have tried my negative 1 next. All right? Then I tried my plus 2. And the only reason why I went to 2 right away, Preston, is because I know that works because this is the example. Okay? Here's the example. So, what I've got now is I've got this. I've got x minus 2 because we take the negative of that. And then I put in my coefficients in front of what? I start with the x to the third. X to the third plus 3x squared plus 4x plus 12. I factored out an x minus 2 out of this. What would I do next? Yes? Nah, I forgot my x. Thank you. What would I do next? Same thing, right? I could do the same thing. I'm going to take, I know that I've got x minus 2 factored out. Now I'm going to look at the factors of this, and I see here 12. So I would do my plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 6, plus or minus 12. And I would do the same. See what I did here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12 are factors of 12. Okay? I would do the same kind of synthetic division on it again to figure out which one is a root. So I'd go back and I'd do my synthetic division again. Let's come up here and try that. This is how you factor out large polynomials. All right? So I'm going to take, let's try 1. And I've got 1, 3, why? I'm not touching anything here. 1, 3, 4, and 12. Let's see if we can factor that in. We got a 1. So we go 1 times 1 is 1. Add them, we got 4. 4 times 4, or 4 times 1 is 4. Add them together, we got 8. 1, 8, 8. Nope, this comes out 20. 1 is not one of them. What are you guys laughing about?
So we have to do this through all this stuff until we find it?
You got it. No, I'm going to just try 2. Let's try negative 1. We'll do negative 1. We're going to go through this. 1, 3, 4, 12. 1, negative 1, negative 1, we get 2. Negative 2. Negative 2, we get 2. Negative 2, nope. We got 10, so we know negative 1 is not one of them.
So we could use a whole paper trying to figure out one problem.
You got her. Well, I'm going to try, typically you're not going to go real far on these, but we'll try plus 2 now. All right, and we got 1, 3, 4, and 12. 1, this is 2, this is 5, this is 10, this is 14, this is 28. Do you think... There, thank you. Because a positive isn't going to get me there, am I? Is it? Positive, it's just going to keep on. I don't have any negative numbers in here, so it's going to keep on going up. So let's try negative 2. And since I've realized that, can I eliminate half of my numbers I'm going through? Yeah, I don't have to do my positive numbers. I'm just going to look at negatives. Negative 2. 1, 3, 4, and 12. 1. I get a negative 2 here, I get a 1. Negative 2 here, I get a 2. Negative 2 here, I get a negative 4. Not good. Negative 2 isn't one of them. So let's try 3. What's that? You'll get 0. Yep. Your remainder will be 0. So let's try 3. 1. Negative 3, 0. 0, 4, negative 12. There we go, 0. Did you look right there? So now we can erase this stuff out. Now we're at an x plus 3, right? We're at an x plus 3, and we're at an x squared plus 4. That's all that's left here. This should be real easy to figure out now. Okay, we got x minus 2 equals 0, x equals 2, x plus 3 equals 0, x equals negative 3. Whoa. I know. All right, and then we can take x squared plus 4 and instead it equals 0. X squared equals negative 4. X equals a plus or minus 2i. When I take the square root of a negative 4, there's an I coming out, right? And square root of 4 is 2, so I got plus or minus 2i. This is a negative in here. It's just not. Yeah. All right. That's how we figured that one out. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of figuring on there, but that's how you figure out from a large polynomial. All right, down to figuring out what the factors are for that polynomial. That's how you do it. Yep. So much work. Look at this, 4 problems. But all I want you to do is 1 and 3. Let's do 1 and 4. 1 and 4. 1 and 4 do. Because 6 is going to give you a long one in here. And here 2 is using 2 different things. So 8th. So 1 and 4. Just do 1 and 4. On that page. The only thing different on this page here is if you get down to where you take your roots out and you've got an x squared, you got something like this, and you have to put it into the quadratic formula. All right? So if you have something like this, you got to put it in the quadratic formula. And I want you to do 5 and 6. 5 and 6 will be real easy ones for you. All right. You only got 4 problems. It'll work.